How sure are you that what you believe is right and what you believe is wrong are actually right and wrong? How much is your belief in what is right and what is wrong affecting the way you show up in the world? How much is your belief in what might be wrong keeping you from the work, the person, the world that you really want to be stepping into? Today's lesson here on ReWired is all about the idea that the universe is not punishing you or anyone for that matter. And therefore, you can let go of being the punisher. And when we think about this, who is the person that we typically judge the most and the hardest? Most often, it's ourselves. In 12-step work, when you do the moral inventory and you have to decide who is going to be the people that you make amends to, you always put your name first. At least in the places that I learned from and the sponsors that helped me through that process when I was in Al-Anon, which is the Friends and Family of Alcoholics. And this is so important to recognize. We've talked already in previous days about how our judgment of others is often a reflection and a projection of the judgment we hold against ourselves. This is the same truth that exists for judging what is right and wrong. I know in my life, I judged the coaching industry a lot. I didn't really want to call myself a coach, and there are days I still don't. I do have ethical boundaries I still hold that I won't cross, and I have been rearranging and deconstructing a lot of my beliefs around the way that charging and money exists within the coaching industry. But that doesn't necessarily make it right or wrong. Recognizing that and letting go of the need to decide, the need to be self-righteous in a belief of something being right or being wrong, helps you to expand into a deeper layer of acceptance for yourself and everyone around you. That helps you to access closer to the divine beliefs that already exists within you underneath those layers of judgment and shame. What's more, you can't make a wrong decision. You can make a decision that may teach you a lesson, and that may be part of your divine destined path. I certainly have made plenty of decisions that felt regrettable. And as long as I use them as a entry point to grow, to expand in wherever I was going next, it actually propelled me onward. But we have this tendency to believe that we've made a wrong choice and end up in a state of suffering for that. Wonder why we've ended up in the place we ended up, per se, and not taking into account all that has been given to us because of those decisions we deemed wrong. Similarly, we may view other people as wrong. And in doing that, may have a unconscious, subconscious desire to see some form of punishment of them. The energy that we expend in that belief ends up harming us most of the time. Now, this is not to say that we have to accept unacceptable behavior. I've mentioned this before. Within this work, we learn boundaries and we learn how to hold up what is going to serve us and the world in a better place. And we learn how to lovingly detach in situations that no longer are going to be healthy for you. And there is a big gray zone in all of that, which brings us back full circle to the idea that there is no right and wrong. Just like the yin and yang, the darkness and the light, all making one. Once you are past the belief that one thing is right and one thing is wrong, as we see so much in dogmatic religions, you start to see that even the hardest things to witness, the greatest tragedies and the biggest harms, there is a deeper underlying reason that it's happening. We can look at the wars of the world and we can see that much of that is being birthed from unresolved trauma. That doesn't justify the behavior, but we can see where we can take action within ourselves. One of my mentors uses the phrase inner peace for world peace. We must work on that inner peace first, be the ones to heal the unresolved trauma within ourselves in order to hold it, recognizing that we will not change right or wrong. And if we can hold all of it, we're more likely to make a bigger impact. So today we're going to focus on a little bit of contemplation, bringing you back to your core vision or connecting to that place. Because what is good for you is good for the universe. And coming to recognize what you desire and learning how to fully accept that that's where you want to be and go. That is the place that allows you to step further in, to recognize there is no right and wrong. And one of those places there is no right and wrong is in your own desires. But we must connect to and know those at the deepest level. So today we will have a series of contemplations from journal prompts. You are welcome to sit in meditation using any one of our previous days' meditations. I will include one of those here, and allow yourself to connect in and ask the question. Give yourself space to see if you hear the answer. If you don't get an answer, that's okay. You'd be surprised. It can pop up in any of those neutral times we've talked about, when you're washing the dishes or driving the car without any other input happening. Just allow enough of neutral space to allow it to happen. Alternatively, you can choose to do these questions based on journaling. Journaling, pen to paper, not on your computer, really helps to access the subconscious mind. You might consider it the higher self. So thank you for joining today. If you've just stumbled upon this somewhere on the internet, on YouTube or Spotify, somewhere else, you have encountered ReWired. It is 365 days of daily practices for the spiritually curious high achiever. I am so deeply appreciative of you being here today. For those of you following along for all of the days, thank you for your dedication and your devotion to yourself, stepping into the highest version of you. This journey is a transformation in 15 minutes or less a day, and really can guide you into understanding the deepest parts of yourself. If you'd like to get the daily reminders and additional resources like the meditation I mentioned today, you can join us at inspiredfocus.co/rewired. And that is for an extremely low rate, under $100, that you can get those 365 days of practices. Thank you for joining. I'm Jamie O'Connor, and I will see you tomorrow for day 43.